So recently, Jayden Daniels had an interview with Keyshawn Johnson on his show, All Facts, No Breaks. And on this show, throughout the time that he was there, you can feel the aggression coming from Keyshawn Johnson when he was trying to interview Jayden Daniels. And it just felt very uncomfortable. And one of the questions was asked of him was, do he feel like Jayden Daniels can win out, not just Jayden Daniels, but Jayden Daniels and the Commanders can win out the NFC East? And of course, Jayden Daniels said what he truly feels. And what he truly feels is, I don't know. And he said, I don't know. And I feel the same way. I don't know either. And the reason why he said that is because he hasn't even touched the field yet. He hasn't even thrown a football yet to any of his receivers. And minicamp starts Friday. And it's Wednesday. So it's one of those things where it was like, yo, he don't know right now. And Keyshawn Johnson was like, yo, what are you saying? Like, in his mind, he felt like he should have said yeah. But that's not reality. Reality is, I understand once I get a better understanding of the game, once I get on the field, and Jayden Daniels also said that once he gets in the facility, once he starts talking to players, he started bonding with them, build chemistry, he's really getting to understand them, and he can see where they are. And just to look at what he did in college when he was at LSU, his first year, those guys didn't, kill the whole SEC. No, it took some time. It took a whole nother year for him at LSU to really show his talents and show what he had to offer. And the fact that it don't just happen overnight is reality. And sometimes when we make these predictions and we make these things happen, or we say these things, we feel like, oh, it's just going to happen just because we said it. It don't work that way, because if it did, then everybody would be saying it. And then even when people say it, it would happen for everybody. And of course, everybody wants to win out their division. Everybody wants to make it to the playoffs. Everybody wants to be in the Super Bowl. But it's good to say it, it's cool. But the reality of it is, Jayden Daniels hasn't even touched the field. He probably hasn't even shook most of their hands yet. So he don't even know what it's like to play with the people on his team. He hasn't even got a chance to throw Jahan Dotson the ball, Terry McLaurin the ball, Ben Sinnott the ball. Come on now, like it's going to take some time for him to actually get on the field. But throughout that interview, I felt like his son, Keyshawn Johnson's son, was asking the questions. I felt like he would have been a better interviewer. I'm not sure if he's trying to, get his son in this business at a slow pace, but I think he needs to take over the show, because I felt like him alone was like that. I think he was the best interviewer in that space that they have. Keyshawn Johnson, I think he doesn't work on his own show. That's how I'm feeling about it, because he's cool. He's cool peoples. But I like his perspective on the football game and what he says sometimes. But here in this interview lane, it was just rubbing me wrong when he was talking to Jayden Daniels, because I just felt like he was just being too aggressive, and he wasn't really allowing Jayden Daniels to speak, and he wasn't even asking questions that needed to be asked. Like, it was a lot more questions. If he studied Jayden Daniels, him, not his son, if he studied Jayden Daniels, he could understand, okay, some of these questions have been asked repeatedly. Repeatedly. Yeah, we're going to say that. And I just felt like he should have came with something else, some questions that we really want to know, man, like something. But I felt like, honestly, he needs to let his son take over the show, because his son had the best questions ever. But over time, it just started to become all about Keyshawn Johnson. And I was like, what do we even... Is this show even about Jayden Daniels? At this point, it's looking like Jayden Daniels is interviewing him. So I just felt like that right there, that question that he asked and the reaction that he gave to Jayden Daniels when he answered it, it's one of those things that we all do. We all put these high expectations on players and we expect them to live up to it. We don't want to face the reality. And once we put these expectations up there, then we are let down when those certain things don't happen. And I like the fact that Jayden Daniels, he's humble, one, and two, he knows how to, stay in his realm when other people are being disrespectful or whatever it is. To me, he's honestly a team captain, and I think we're going to be making him a team captain soon. But just to think about how he handled himself, I'm glad that we have a quarterback like that. And we have a person on the team that everybody can look up to no matter what type of situation he's in. You can tell that he's going to control his situation and he's not going to allow somebody else's attitude to dictate his. And man, I was proud of him, but I was also I just didn't like the podcast, the whatever it was, the show. I didn't like it at all. I just felt like we didn't get all the answers that we really wanted. And of course, we still got some more time. We still got a lot more time to see if Jayden Daniels is going to be that guy. But, some people feel as though he should be that guy in the first year. But Patrick Mahomes wasn't even the guy in the first year because he played behind Alex Smith. He was on the bench. And, you have guys that go out there the first year like Peyton Manning, and he still is not that guy. A guy like Bryce Young go out there his first year and still not that guy. And it's okay. It's okay to go out there that first year and be terrible. It's fine. But you got to understand, he's got to grow. And he hasn't even touched the field yet, so we don't even know where he is. It's way different from LSU to the NFL. You see what I'm saying? It's way different. Colleges are way different. You back at square one. You back at the bottom when you get to the NFL. So he has to prove himself. He has to show these guys. He can't just come here and play. He got to show these guys that he can deal with certain parts of the NFL. And one good thing that Keyshawn Johnson said and highlighted was the fact that you're dealing with people that have lives, people that have bills to pay. You're dealing with people that have kids, people that are in their 30s. You got to make these guys believe in you. That's the best thing he said the whole time he was there, that you got to deal with a different type of people. You're not dealing with kids. You're not dealing with people that are in their teens. You're not dealing with people that are in their 20s. You're dealing with people who depend and rely on this money from this game to dictate their life. It's people that have made it here and now their life depends on this. And I think Jayden Daniels is going to do great this year. No matter where he plays, if he plays behind Marcus Mariota or if he doesn't, I think he's going to do great. And I'm just happy that we have a guy like Cliff Kingsbury, because Jayden Daniels came out and spoke about him and he gave him credit. Keyshawn Johnson said that he don't like the air raid system that Cliff Kingsbury plays in. But Jayden Daniels came out and said, he knows how to change. He knows how to adapt to the years, the environment, the player. And we've seen that countless times with him. And players even come out and talk about it and say how beneficial working with Cliff Kingsbury is. And I think Cliff knows how to work with certain players. And each player, honestly, I think he does great with every player. And I think that's one of the reasons why we brought him in, because he knows how to bring the best out of that player. He doesn't just go to you and say, yeah, this is what it is. No, he adapts his play style, his playbook, and he adapts everything that he does to you. And he's doing that for Jayden Daniels. And believe it or not, they went out and bought Jayden Daniels the VR that he used at LSU. So that's going to help him even more. And just think about that. At one point, we thought the Commanders wasn't even going to go get him. but he was their guy from the beginning. So I'm just happy that the Commanders are investing in him, and I just think we're going to go up as a team, not just this year, but the next year and the next year after that. I have playoff hopes for us, and I think this team can get there. And I thank you for making it this far in the video. Definitely subscribe to the channel and let me know how y'all feel about that interview. And I'm out.